Is it too far? What's up, everybody? This thing is too far. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, girl. I'm trying to look for a microfiber. I usually have one right around here, but hold on, let me go get a microfiber. The microfiber was right here, but I went and got another one, so it's okay. So what's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, girl, good girl, good, 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 good girl, good girl, good girl. So I went and got a tattoo yesterday when I got some ink work. It's not, I mean, of course it's healing, but you'll see it later. I'll tell you about it later. It's actually very, 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 it's actually very, very personal, but stuff that maybe some of y'all know about me, but it's basically just kind of like trinkets to remind me of my journey since I was a little girl. So the top part of it has more to do with astrology there, and the bottom part has more to do with like childhood. Um, and then, um, but yeah, so you'll see some like glyphs in there of, you'll see some glyphs of like astrological signs in here that are in my chart. Um, you could, I don't know, it's piano keys, actually going into like a frequency, a sound frequency, some ballet slippers, the hermit here with its lantern, and then the ace of cups energy here is ace of cups, um of course a hand holding an overflowing cup, and then the hermit, and then some some um some glyphs, Libra, Scorpio, and Virgo. Yeah. And then that's it. That's pretty much it. And then just energetic points. So all the rest of there's like, they're just like energy points around these symbols. The time I was born is in there as well, but that's none of your business. But that's like hidden in the energetic points. So it was really good. I had a really good experience with the guy, Russian guy. English, of course, not his first language, but he's been English for a year. He says he was like, I love Sacramento. We were talking about different things. He was like, different places that he's gone to eat and stuff like that. He's just like really pumped. So yeah, we had a good time. Baby, when I tell you, I was looking at him like, if you stop talking to me. So it's so funny because he kept saying, he kept saying, it's just, I don't, it's just your energy. And it's really good. Like, and he just kept talking and talking and talking and talking. And then he would stop and he'd just be talking and talking. Now, mind you, English is a second language. So we're talking, we're communicating well, we're understanding each other. He's asking me, how do you say a word for this, or this and that. So we're communicating and stuff like that. And he's telling me about his wife and his family and his brother. I mean, like, girl, when you sit down and have a tattoo, and then when you sitting with somebody for that long, you really like, you don't get to know them, but you get to know things about them. Like, we talked about of course, my children, when he was asking me like, what does this stuff mean? And so when I told him, he had my, because I gave him my design first, and then he visualized it and he drew it. And then when I got there, he was telling me. So he first had my date of birth on digital. He had it digitally, but I didn't want it digitally because that's not everybody's business, right? So it's my business, my business. And so when I told him, I was like, it's the time of my birth, and he was like, oh. And then he started asking me different things, and he was like, what is the hooded figure with holding the lantern? And I was explaining to him about the hermit and the number 9 and all of this stuff. And he was like, oh, and he was like, like hermit. And then I just so happened to have my tarot cards with me in my bag, just so happened. And then I showed him the hermit card, and he was like, oh yes. And then I showed him the ace of cups, and he was like, yes, okay, yes. He was like, oh, these are, so he understands. He does tattoos that are like well, I mean, tattoos should be meaningful, but he does like when they're like really very super personal, And so I already had the vision. Of course, when I think of a tattoo, I think of where it is. I always, when it comes up in my head, then I try to go look and see, like, what does it mean? Why did this tattoo? Why do I want to put this tattoo on my body? Because it has something to do with my journey and my communication with a spiritual world. So I always look it up. Why do I want this tattoo? And what's the significance? What does it mean? How does that fit into my life? And this other, and all of that stuff. So I do all of that analyzation. Then I start looking. You know how many lanterns I have looked at? Because I've wanted a lantern. I want a lantern. I still want a lantern. I want another lantern. Because the hermit represents always seeking knowledge. I've always been like that, always seeking knowledge. So it's very meaningful to me. So when it heals, we all will be able to see it, but it starts right here and it goes all the way down here. But you cannot really see it right now. It has just plastic on it, but I just described to you what it was. So you can kind of see you could see the hermit here, and it's holding a lantern, and then the lantern has a Roman numeral 9. At the base of the lantern is the Roman numeral 9. So yeah, it's cute, isn't it? Well, you can't really see it, but you'll see it up close once it heals. But that's it. So that's the update on that. So that's why the premiere yesterday of Cam Newton was super duper late, because I was editing while he was doing the tattoo, girl. I was editing, and then he was talking at one point. He was talking so, let me tell you something. He was talking so much that he put in his phone, like he was trying to unlock his phone, and he put the password in his phone wrong too many times. He's trying to do it with his hands and stuff while he has gloves on. So he did it too many times. So we had to wait until his phone, because he's looking at the phone while he's doing, using it as a reference. And so so when his phone was locked, he's just sitting there talking to me, talking. I was like, okay. He was like, yeah, it's just, I don't understand. And then he's like, because I meet a lot of people. He's like, I meet a lot of people. He's like, but it's just, I don't know. And I was like, it's the energy. And he was like, yeah, girl. So he was just talking to me. I held his hands before he started working on me. I was like, come on, baby, we got to get it together. So he was good. He was in the zone. He was in the zone while he would stop talking. I guess, when he was resting, he would start talking, but he just kept saying, it's really comfortable. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm very comfortable. He was like, I meet a lot of people. He was like, it's, and then he was telling me how he doesn't deal with different, people, and how artists, some artists are, and like, how it's the tattoo community is such a small community, but at the same time, like I don't know how to say, the tattoo artists, they know each other. Like they know each other. It's a very small world, he said. So we know that it's a small world, but small world. So that's it. I'm not done. He's probably going to do another one, but he lives in Miami. And he was just out here. And so I booked him while he was out here. And so it depends. I was thinking, he said he's going to be going to Texas. And I was like, oh, I could take a trip to Texas, because his handwork is the way that his design. I want on my hand. And I want both of my hands. I have ideas of what I want on my hands, but we'll see. So what I like to do, again, come up with my idea. I find an artist whose work I'm like, okay, they can bring to life what I want. You know what I mean? And so he was perfect, because originally I had an idea of having these symbols in like a wreath, and down here, but when I saw his work, I was like, no, this is it. He can do this. So I had just been looking at his work. And then I saw that he was in my city. He's been here for a month. And I was like, I'm about to go get my tattoo done for my birthday. So that's what I did. He was like, thank you so much for letting me give this to you for your birthday. Well, he didn't give it to me, but he's the English is his second language. So it was good. We had a good time. He kept asking me, are you hungry? Do you want something? Do you want something to eat? Do you want something to drink? This and that. So He was really nice, very professional, just really cool. So shout out to him. He's from Moscow. So shout out to the Russian guy who his name is Alec, who did my tattoo. So shout out to Alec. He did. I will go back to him because he was really good. He was really good. Just very technical, just like, I don't know. I can't wait to see it heal. But anyway, so that's about it. The Cam Newton video, you guys had a lot of comments. I said I wanted to come back today to read some of your comments and to read the folks' comments and stuff. But let's see. Let's see what I have saved. Let's see what I have saved. I have some reefer too. Let's see what I have saved. And then I was outside this morning in the in my little flower pots, taking old flowers that have died off. The marigolds have really kept up. The lavender is looking kind of funny. The marigolds kept up, and the I can't think of the name. I can't think of the name of the flower, but they've kept up. I can't think of the name, but the marigolds, I'm gonna go get some more marigolds. I want some orange marigolds. I want a tattoo of marigolds too. Marigolds have a good significance too. Go look up what a marigold means. But yeah, I wanted a marigold too. So that's what I'm gonna do down here, because I feel like this is like empty, right? So what I'm going to do is put probably like a chrysanthemum, some marigolds, and I do want a bird of paradise. And I'm trying to see, I think the bird of paradise can go like around here, because I have some empty space right here, and this is all empty, right? And so yeah, and then I have this space too. So all of this could be filled with a couple flowers to get it right. And then I want something around here, but I don't know. I'm gonna try to see, because I got this text on me. It's a quote that a part of it's a whole quote. Part of it my grandmother used to say to me all the time. So I got the whole quote put on me, but I want something around it. Like I wanted it to look like it was on like a parchment, right? So like they could build around it and make it like a parchment. So that's what I kind of wanted there to kind of finish that off. But yeah. So I love tattoos. And that's what another thing, he was like, "Oh, I can tell like you really put thought." Yeah, and I was like, I don't have a tattoo that I would cover. Like I don't have yeah, I just don't have it. I'm trying to think, like, do I have a tattoo that I would cover? No. Mm-mm. No. And I was showing him my very, 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 very first tattoo when I was 15 years old in I don't know if it was home ec or driver's ed. I think it was home ec. And this goth girl, her name was Veronica. I will never forget it. Shout out to Veronica. She's a goth girl. Her hair was black, bangs. She had little pigtails down here, had little bangs. And she was in the back of the classroom, and she was, going like this. And I was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" She was like, "I'm giving myself a tattoo." And I was like, she had the ink and everything. So baby, she gave me a little jailhouse tattoo in the back of the class. I think it was home economics, because I remember it was Mr. McIntyre was a teacher. I will never forget. And she put, because of course I didn't want my mother to see. So I got 3 dots. And if you are from any kind of probably, I think it's West Coast, it's a West Coast thing. Mi vida loca is the 3 dots. And typically you'll see like cholas with it on their little this bone right here. You'll see it anywhere, but I got it in between my fingers, on my left hand, on my middle finger. On my middle finger, and it's 3 dots, and it's still there. It is still there. And what she did was, we got a needle. Of course, we burned it and everything. I wasn't that crazy. We got it, but she put the thread on the bottom of the needle so that the ink can stay in the thread, can soak up the thread, and as you poke, it'll fall down into your hole or whatever, fall in your hole. So yeah, this was my very, 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 very first tattoo. And then this was my like a professional tattoo, my very first professional tattoo done at 18 years old. And then I was in there, this woman and her mother were in there, and it was her birthday. And she was like, oh, we were like, oh, happy birthday, Virgo. So it was her birthday, and her mom were getting matching tattoos. I don't know. They got very tiny little like tattoo right there, like a little, I don't know what it was, but they were really happy about it. It was their first, both of their first tattoo. So yeah. So, and then they had the other guy that was in the studio. Oh, I forgot to get a cake pop. He gave me a, like, he was giving out, his wife had made cake pops. So I was like, oh, I want a cake pop, but I forgot. I forgot it when I left. I didn't leave until I was there for all day. I was there all day. I was there all day. So, anyways, that's enough. Okay, so let's look at this. It says Trina's husband Vaughn opens up about how when Tracy died, he saw her grieve the same way as she did for her late husband Gabe, and felt she must have feelings for him. Made me think, what am I doing here? We were a year in. I didn't like any parts of it. Okay, so let me understand this from the headline. Trina Braxton, who was married to Gabe, who Gabe wasn't shit either. Remember Gabe? He was in IT. Remember they were like, he's in IT, a motherfucking IT cheating on you, like cyber cheating on you. Anyway, Gabe cheated on Trina, and Gabe is now deceased. We know that Gabe died a few years ago. Cancer, I believe. Trina is now married. I saw a comment says, this is the man she was going cross-eyed for. So this man has some insecurities about the way his wife grieved her deceased husband. And because she grieved her sister in a similar way, he feels like Trina, who has kids with Gabe, right? Don't she got 2 kids with Gabe? She was married to him for like over 10 years. Okay. You feel a certain way because she might still have feelings for a dead person. Okay, let's listen.
Yes. And then I said that Vaughn didn't realize that I loved him for real, and I loved him. That's the way I look at the world. Now we had a number of conversations about it. We had a number of arguments about it. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't until Tracy passed and I had time to reflect, probably sitting, on a mountain somewhere by myself. And I'm like, you know what? Those 2 grieving didn't look all that different to me. And that made me angry. So to me, the grief looked like you still had real strong feelings for the dude. And which made me think, what am I doing here? And this is in the moment. We're talking in 2018. We were a year in when this happened. We were a little over a year in when it happened, but it just, I didn't like any parts of it. Now, you can't tell anybody how to grieve. Nope, I wasn't. I was just I wasn't trying to tell her, you need to grieve this way. I was just saying, from my perspective, it just looked to be a bit much. And I felt that way then, and I feel that way now. But you have to do things the way you see. But I still felt like when you knew that when Bio Dad was absent and he didn't have any children of his own, and he was the one who raised and cared for. Are you saying this for them? I'm saying this for you. But you can't say it for me, because here's the thing. I had no problem with that guy. There was no jealousy. There was nothing. Because the moment you told me that he was sick, what did I do? The moment you found out that he was sick, you were like, I have these remedies. I need doctors, these doctors that can help him with. Yes, absolutely. Got you on the phone with him, and got him on the phone with him. Absolutely. So absolute story. But I am. But you give me. I was. But you weren't. But you took the time out to say what you needed to say. So it was enough. Because your first thing should have been the moment that Vaughn found out, he went into help mode because I'll help anybody. So there was no jealousy or anything. I never had any interactions. I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. No, you did. I did come up in an argument one time. There was no jealousy. There was nothing. I had no ill feelings towards the dude. That came in my witnessing or watching the grieving process. That's when it became a problem. So. You just gonna sit there? Wait, what do you mean? TV show host, and you're just letting dead space. You're not saying anything. No, it's not that I'm saying dead space. I'm allowing you to say how you feel because when I did say something, it was because you were wrong. And I can't speak for you. I can't speak.
I think the mic is going out. Let me charge this microphone, child. I don't know. Y'all can, it seems like it's still recording, but let me charge it just for a second. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. So let's finish listening to Vaughn and Trina. Did I call her Trina in my video or did I call her Tracy? Oh, of course, I know. They took my sound away. I told you, if I'm cussing, I was just telling that artist yesterday, if I'm cussing on the thing, they will too much. They will take my sound away. So shout out to the people, to the few people who heard it, but oh, wait a minute. No, they could actually, you know what? They could see it. They're just going to read it. So it's posted to the IG. So let's finish listening to Trina and what she's saying to this man and what this man is saying to her. I made a little short video because, girl, what the fuck? Trina's husband, Vaughn, opens up about how when Tracy died, he saw her grieve the same way as she did for her late husband. I'm going to insert the clip that I made earlier for those who did not see it because I put it on IG. I also made a little TikTok of it as well. Just like, out there. Girl, shut up. I made a TikTok of it as well. And so I'm supposed to be making a video. Shut up. And so I want to download this. I should be doing all of this not while I'm on camera. I should be doing this after. And I don't have my little holder with me. I need to get the amber one, but I don't have my holder with me. And I noticed that it cracked. I don't know if I dropped it. I don't know what the FUCK happened, but it is cracked at not at the lip, at the other end. I saw it when I cleaned it the other day. I was like, damn. So anyways, I'm going to get the amber one and I want to get a cobalt blue one because cobalt blue is good for, blue is like the chakra color. And so I think, putting something up to your lips, something blue, I think is appropriate. You know what I'm saying? Let's finish listening to what he was saying.
There was no jealousy. There was nothing. I had
yes, it was.
No ill feelings towards the dude. That came in my witnessing or watching the grieving process. That's when it became a problem. So you just want to sit there?
He said, are you just going to sit there after he had interrupted her like several times? This is the same thing that was happening. I don't know if y'all noticed. And I think one good thing that being around men or having men around, one good thing that they can teach you is that they're not really good at conversations if it's not going their way. Like there are people like that, but I feel like men and women alike, but I feel like men specifically have this way of communicating to where I heard Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, I heard her say it at the beginning of her interview with Cam Newton that you want to win or something like that. So I don't know if she because I feel like a lot of men enter conversations not to understand, but to win the conversation. So it's like they're not listening to you. They're listening to respond. They're waiting. Are you done? Like, you saw Cam Newton do that to that lady. Are you done? Like he was holding his breath the whole time and he had to take a deep breath so that now he can talk, right? They just have this weird way. I always recognize this on my dad, the way he communicated, the way my brother communicated. And even that weird thing where you would say, they would say, okay, like to end the conversation. They don't want to have a conversation about it. You might want to have a conversation about it. And they just start answering one word answers, trying to like close-ended answers. There's no room room for conversation, room for dialogue. Okay. And it's just really weird the way that just men are socialized to communicate with women, especially with women. You saw it several times with Cam Newton shutting down. I can't even imagine him in a therapy session. Shout out to the therapists who do couples therapy, and the men are just like the worst to actually work with. It's like really dealing with a child. And it's really like dealing with a child. And I think a lot of women, when they see their partners in therapy, that's when they realize it's so weird. It's like it's not like you're going to therapy, like what she said. There's two individuals coming and they're trying to be in a relationship. So the two individuals need to be okay in order for them to be partnered. I think that's great. But then you sit there and you watch your husband or your partner do the same thing to the therapist that he does to you. And this is a professional who is like literally trained and skilled to guide this type of behavior and able to identify it. Even if you're able to identify it, they'll tell you that's not what it is. A therapist will confirm that's what it is. They will say, no, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. You ever met a person when you give them the 1 to 20 on what's going on with them, and you know for a fact what's going on with them? You could look at them and tell, you can see how they're walking around, you can see everything, and they'll be like, no, that's not it. You don't understand what you're talking. It's just always a way. I think part of it is always a way to get you to deny your intuition, deny like what you know and what you see. It's just it's like gaslighting. I'm trying not to say it, but it's just like denying what you see, and then you're now questioning yourself because you're like, you are displaying demonstrating all of these behaviors. I'm calling it out, and you're like, no, that's not it. That's not it. You thought you had one. You thought you figured me out. You'll never figure me out. It's weird. And then it's like they want to win conversations. And it's just like I'm going to ask you in 5 different ways why you don't have a man and why you wouldn't pick a man with children. And it's just like this weird conversation. Vaughn and Trina, you interrupt her every single time she talks. When you're done saying a bunch of dumb shit and she doesn't start talking, because once she starts talking, you're just going to interrupt her. So she pauses. And you say, are you going to say anything? No, because every time I start talking, you interrupt me. Why would I? But that's also the purpose, is to be like, to get you, like I say, to get off of the carousel. When you start arguing back and forth, you don't even have to be arguing. Look at the way that the Bryant and Cam Newton were going back and forth. I tell y'all, get off of the carousel with these dudes, because when I tell you, they will spin it going one way and spin it to going the next way, and then be like, you want another ride? No, not talking to you. I'm getting off the carousel, because they would just keep going and going and going, and it's so to defeat, so you can feel defeated. They're just going to tire you out, and they're going to tire you out, and you're going to be going in circles. There's no destination where you're going in this conversation. None. So that is why I don't even, like, everybody was talking about I want to call her Danielle Bryant. I don't know why I want to call her that. Cheyenne Bryant. When everybody was talking about how patient she was. And it's like, can you imagine she's patient, showing patience with this man, she's not partnered with him. Can you imagine being partnered with men like this? No, a lot of you can't imagine, because a lot of you have been. A lot of us have been partnered with men who communicate like this. And nobody wants to talk to men who communicate this way. You want to tire me out. You want to get me on a carousel, going in circles about nothing, on some shit, like, and then interrupt. And then when I pause, you tell me, why aren't you talking? And can you imagine that's a professional. Can you imagine being in close proximity with someone who communicates like that 24/7? But they want Cam Newton to be married to one of these women when he acts like this and communicates like this. No, you don't. No, you don't. I'll tell you, all that shit would stop, because this is what's happening. They don't want the divorce because they don't want to pay out, right? But I want to get the labor from you. I want to get the child, the maid, the mule, the mattress, the child. I want to get all that. You're going to slap my last name on the kid. I pay towards the kid, whatever. I don't want you getting nothing of mine. You see, he tried to take he said he takes care of all his kids, but he took the car away from the mother, the first woman that he was with. He took the car. He wanted to take the car away. I don't know if it's because she had a man over there or what, but he wanted to take the car away. Nick Cannon is another one. He said it. If she has a man, I'm not going to financially take care of you. But he's not financially taking care of you. He's financially taking care of the kid. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. And that's, oh, no. And that's all they want. That's all they want. Free labor. They want the free labor. They want you to be rubbing their back and their feet and all this other dumb shit that y'all be down here saying, collecting badges, public humiliation badges. Trina, yes, the man she went cross-eyed for, is up here telling her that it's not jealous. What do you call it then, sir? Let me listen to what he has to say.
Anybody. So there was no jealousy or anything. I never had any. I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. No, you did. I did come up in an argument one time. There was no jealousy. There was nothing. I had no ill feelings towards the dude. That came in my witnessing or watching the grieving process. That's when it became a problem. So. You just gonna sit there? Wait, what do you mean? TV show host, and you're just letting dead space. You're not saying anything. No, it's not that I'm saying dead space. I'm allowing you to say how you feel, because when I did say something, because you were wrong. And I can't speak for you. I can't speak for you. But there are a lot of people who are going through this type of situation, and they're going through it. Who's going through this situation? Somebody, because we are not exempt. We go through the same stuff that everybody else goes through. But this is but here's the thing. It was a unique situation because it wasn't a one-off. It wasn't a one-off. I've never met anybody who was best friends with their ex. That was a new circumstance. I didn't even know that paradigm existed in the world. I had to deal with my ex because
he's lying. See, their idea is you're supposed to be like in conflict with the last person that you were with. it is supposed to have blown up to the point where you don't want to have nothing to do with that person. That is girl, girl.
Had 3 children together, and I had to talk to her almost every.
I remember a dude asking me to tear up pictures from high school because he was jealous of the pictures that I had with guy friends in high school, and he wanted me to tear up the pictures, girl. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna tear them up. Remember we used to get double prints? Yeah, I'll tear them up, girl. Are you crazy? Yes, you are.
Hey. And as the kids got older, that weaned off, you know. And so it wasn't just that. It wasn't just that you were mourning him. It was the fact that you had an ongoing relationship with him that I couldn't process because I've never seen it. Just because I don't understand it doesn't mean that it doesn't have a right to exist. So I'm smart enough to know that different people do things differently. I'm just saying in my lifetime, I've never seen 2 people who were married, had a terrible divorce, and then became best friends. That was some new shit to me. That's all I said. And to this date, I still haven't.
Well, okay, let me back up because I forgot. I'm speaking generally, but I forgot about Gabe and in this situation. And when this bear of a man just mentioned that, see, that's why I like to watch it with y'all at the same time, because of the way they broke up and to be friends then, I just don't understand that. Now, I understand when he says that. But if they're amicable and their breakup was amicable, but it wasn't like Gabe and Trina, so I can get where he's saying like he mistreated you. I don't understand how y'all were best friends, right? Because see, the person who mistreated me, the way I would grieve their death would be like that, right? So maybe the way that she was acting, oh my God, you know, that's Evelyn Braxton's daughter. So she might have put on a show and arched her back. We don't know. So we don't know. I haven't seen it. So now I'm like, see, that's why I have to listen to the whole thing because, girl, now I'm listening to him like, yeah, because you and Gabe had a nasty divorce. He cheated on you. So I don't know how you were like, and then like I said, we don't know. Girl, we don't know how. Now I'm thinking about the dramatics and how they were raised and stuff like that and what they probably saw. So it's no telling how Trina was acting in that damn house while she was grieving Gabe. And then Vaughn might have been like, Vaughn might have been like, did the man cheat? Girl, why are you acting like this over this man? Didn't he mistreat you? Get up. Why are you acting like this? Get up off the floor. Girl, get up. Trina, get up. Now, you know you cannot be grieving Gabe like that, girl. Archie your back. If you don't get your ass up on the floor. Maybe that's where Vaughn is coming. Maybe Vaughn saw something we didn't see. Because I can't imagine, but I can imagine people being jealous over dead people. People not appreciating or liking the way somebody is grieving. You have heard about that. So like she said, they are not the only ones going through something like this. But then to his point, yeah, I can see like, you know, your husband, you were widowed, right? And you and your husband had a good relationship. And then here comes your next partner, another partner. And you're still like, oh, my husband and my partner, oh my God, and da 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 da. Maybe you can see like, girl, what is the problem? Well, you don't know. I mean, I remember there was this woman who had I guess she's an influencer, and she had a online boyfriend. I mean, you know, their relationship was public, and he died, and they were gonna get married, and she still wears the ring that he gave her. She's in a new relationship, and there are people online like telling her, you should have that ring on. You know, that's not respectful to your husband, your new boyfriend, or whatever. I don't know what, you know, how the relationship looks, but she has a partner. And there are women like telling her that she should not have on the ring of her dead fiance. And she's like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. I love this ring. This is my ring. He died. We were good. He didn't die we weren't good. So we don't know. Like I said, we don't know how Trina was over there. She might have been falling out. She says she's drinking and eating and doing the most. So we don't know. Let's finish listening.
And again.
Well, we made better friends.
You said that.
He literally raised.
He did. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he literally raised the children. And
he went to bat for those kids when nobody else would. He taught them how to be men when there was nobody else to do it. He was a good, solid human. My problem wasn't with that dude. It wasn't with him at all.
It was with you.
Ooh, you know what we're missing? We don't have the. You said that you.
Problem was with you. He went on to the next subject. You see how he left her with a cliffhanger? My problem wasn't with him. It wasn't with him at all. He was a good dude. It was you, bitch. It's always you. It's always you. See, Vaughn, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. And see, that's why I have to keep listening. I got to keep listening. Because, Vaughn, we back to fuck you, nigga. Because, girl, don't tell her that I don't have a problem with the man. He was an upstanding dude. I don't like the way that you grieved that man. Girl, I can't. Anyways, I gotta go. I'm gonna go. All we did was talk about Trina. No, I'm not gonna go. How much time do we have? We got about 10 more minutes. Let's go to another story. Trina, run. I don't know. Vaughn being jealous. It's like I don't like the way you're grieving him. I don't know what that, like, I don't know what you would call. I don't know what feeling you could. I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know if it's envy. It sounded a little bit like anger. It sounded a little bit like annoyed. That's what it sound like. Sound like he's annoyed. Like, I don't like the way you grieve. But like, again, we don't know how she grieved. Trina could have been in there doing that. Trina might have been in there doing Trina might have been in there doing backflips, bitch. We don't know. We don't know how Trina was grieving. I'm about to say, we don't know how Trina was grieving. She might have been in there doing backflips. And then Vaughn goes on to say he didn't have a problem with Gabe. He's not jealous of Gabe. He just doesn't like the way Trina grieved a dead man. Girl, I can't. Girl, again. Okay. Let's see what else is happening, girl. Let me pull myself together.
I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
Woo! Oh my God. Okay, let's see what's on the Jasmine brand. I did not understand the deeply offensive meaning. Oh, somebody used the N-word. All right, let's see. Black women, it's getting chilly out. Ginger hair. From the hoop to the mic, WNBA star Angel Reese to host her own podcast, Unapologetically Angel, starting in September. Plies is down there speaking some damn sense. Simone Biles wants justice for Jordan Chiles. Simone Biles, Jordan Chiles. That's cute. After teammate is stripped of Olympic bronze medal, it's truly a shame. During a recent interview, Simone Biles, 27, spoke on how she's looking out for Jordan following the craziness of her bronze medal being stripped. The 11-time Olympic medalist shared that she's been in contact with the 23-year-old via text and FaceTime to keep her spirits uplifted. Simone expressed, "We've been FaceTiming, texting, just being girls. I did talk to her on one of the days, and I was like, you know what, Jordan? You have to feel all the feels. Don't let these emotions stop you. This will be the healthiest way to get it all out." Mentioning that Jordan Childs is still that girl, Simone Biles spoke on her friend's performance in the 2024 Paris Olympics and said, "We saw what you did, and it's an unfortunate circumstance because something like this has never happened before, and it's truly a shame. But we wish all three girls could get the medal, and unfortunately in gymnastics, that's not the case." Biles continued, "Do we think they did the correct procedures to come up with this ruling? No. That's really why we want justice for Jordan and why we're going to keep supporting her and uplifting her." In an interview, Biles admitted to sending Childs posts from social media to remind her of the support that she has amid the athlete taking a break from the internet. Well, that's good. Yeah, support your girls, honey. Support your girls. Let's see. All right. It says mother and 3-week-old newborn with a heart condition missing since Sunday. Authorities in Los Angeles are urgently searching for a 14-year-old mother and her newborn daughter who have been missing since Sunday. In a news release on Monday, August 26, the Los Angeles Police Department, along with the family of Amoria Brown, appealed to the public for assistance in locating the teenager and her 3-week-old daughter, Omaria Brown. She named the baby after her. The infant has a heart condition that necessitates daily medication. Amoria, her daughter, and her 15-year-old sister-in-law, Sanai Brown, were last seen around 10 p.m. in the East Los Angeles area. According to the release, they were believed to be headed to the high desert with family. Since the news was shared, Sanai has been safely reunited with her relatives. The search for Amaria and her daughter were praying for a safe return. Two children missing. Where's the father? Start there. Black women who have melanated babies are preyed on as soon as they walk through the hospital. The doctor I used to train martial arts with said to me, hospitals worldwide hope and pray Black women have their babies alone without the father by their side. That way they can take advantage of the mother and child. Right, because the man is going to do what? Speak up for her, advocate for her. What is the man going to do for a woman while she's having a baby? It's sickening how Black men allow Black women to give birth alone. Understand and overstand that we must do everything in our power to protect Black babies, Black girls, and Black women. The sister-in-law knows something. The sister-in-law was found and she has no info on the other two. I pray they're found safe. Sounds like both girls were running from abuse. Hope they make it to a safe house and get help. So what's Sanai saying? What in the entire FUCK? I had my first child at 26. Where's the child's father? I hope they're found safe. How the heck is she married at 14? Lock off all the adults. Right. They said she had a sister-in-law. I'm like, what? We'll see. Somebody said to talk about Kenneth Petty yesterday on the video, and I was like, I don't know. I didn't know what was going on with him, but I don't know if it's this. It says that a video of him resurfaced, posted a clip of Kenneth Petty denying claims that he AR'd Jennifer Hough back in 1994. The video begins with an investigator reading Kenneth Petty who was a teenager at the time, his rights. They pointed out that he had previously been interviewed with his mother present and noted that his father was there for current interrogation. Kenneth Petty then said around 8 a.m. that morning, he went to wake up his uncle. On the way back, he said he bumped into a girl named Jennifer. She was walking with a male who Petty said was his friend. He added that they briefly spoke to the other guy while Jennifer sat nearby, and then he left and went back home. When he got home, went to sleep, and woke up with police up in my face accusing him of R-ing Jennifer Huff. He said, "I did not R nobody." In another clip, he denied having sex with Huff on that particular day and alleged the last time they had intercourse was last year in 1993. He was asked if he had sex with anyone today, and he said no, also denying having a girl in the home at all that day. However, Huff has maintained that Petty, who married Nicki Minaj in 2019, R'd her at knife point. He initially denied the allegation, but ultimately accepted a deal and pled guilty to attempted R, serving 4 years behind bars. The incident has since followed him and has been a recurring headlining topic. Y'all want something from the story? Please stop with this goddamn story already. It's 30 years old, and Nicki wasn't even with him during the time. Y'all be trying to drag her like she was handing out hot like she was handing out hot towels and water afterward. Girl, that was funny. Y'all keep saying what does it have to do with Nicki? Like she didn't speak on it on her radio show. She should have shut up. I don't care about this man. He's not a celebrity. Like, what's going on? Jasmine Brand is working hard to get her train going. You can't bring Nicki down no matter how hard you try. Second album out on the 26th. Most successful tour coming again. Try. He's clearly innocent. Damn, I wish people would let this woman live. They're attacking him, but not realizing she has to keep reliving it. Is that what y'all wanted me to talk about? I don't know. I don't know what to say. Shout out to Lizzo. She's been down there showing her body, yaddy, 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 yaddy. She's on vacation in Costa Rica. I saw her and SZA. It was looking real cute. They looked like they were having a good time. Jennifer Lopez reportedly did not want to divorce Ben. It's almost torture waiting around. It's been almost torture? Girl. Did you hear about this? Keith Lee said he visited 12 restaurants in the DC area, but decided not to post any of them because they were all bad. He said they were all bad. But see, like I was reading in the comments and somebody said, where is his culinary arts degree? And then another person under there was like, let me read what you said. Did you have a degree in childhood development before having kids? You know, get them. I love it. I love it. Maybe when he showed that food plate, he was like, I'm not the target audience based on the pictures. Like, I am not eating this food. The food was looking gross. Let me save this. It was looking, the food did not look good. It did not look good. Somebody was like, go to Baltimore, you'll eat good. Shout out to Roxy Reese. Social introvert says, at this point, he's shown himself to be fair, no matter what city. Don't get mad because y'all food spots suck. Frying chicken in the same grease as shellfish is beyond outrageous. I respect the fact that if it isn't constructive, he won't post it. That is using your platform for good and not be reckless. But I truly believe he should still leave a Yelp or Google review. He definitely should not allow them to go without a review. So I hope he actually left a review. I'm glad somebody finally said it. These places push liquor to ensure you're too drunk to care about how mid the food is. Speaking as a transplant from Chicago, where the food is exceptional, I've been suffering. As someone from DC who loves to eat, I agree. I used to know all the cheap, small local spots to eat, but in the last 5 to 6 years, those places have closed down. Now DC is geared to these Michelin chefs. There have been more restaurants open in DC, from Jose Andres to Bobby Flay to Michael Richards, all geared to the political scene. It has become a thing in DC to find a Black-owned establishments because there are few, or you have to travel to a different quadrant of the city. I use DoorDash and Uber Eats to find new local places, and it shouldn't be like that. I don't drink like that, but I do enjoy a drink at brunch because I'm a DC native and have grown up brunching. I drive to Baltimore to get food now and to even get my crabs. He probably will have a better reviews in Baltimore than DC. I'm sorry to admit this, but he didn't lie. I believe him. All he had to do was go 40 minutes up to Baltimore and would have had an experience for the gods. DC ain't never been a culinary hotbed. I love his honesty, honestly, and I hope the Keith Lee effect creates some change around the food industry in DMV, because he's not lying. It sucks. We're just used to it. That sucks. Somebody said, I was hoping he would come here and give us his honest, unfiltered commentary and opinions. So these restaurants can get their shit together, because I live here and many of the places are overpriced and underwhelming in many places, and I'm tired of it. Oh, so the people agree. So is the food scene not really good in DC? Baby, he was spitting the food out. He's asked if some fish, they had fried the fish in the same grease as the shellfish. Girl, what? And then he showed a plate. It was looking gross. Everything, it was like no color. It was like wings, looked like it had some white orangish sauce on it, and then like the macaroni and cheese, and that was also orange and white. It was looking weird. Like the whole plate was looking weird. I was like, what? He said, he was like, here, let me let you hear.
And there's a few things I want to talk about, so let's talk about it. I know we only posted about 3 spots from Washington, but we went to about 12, and we made a decision as a family and as a team, and also a personal decision to not post most of them. So out of those 12, I probably only got like 1 or 2 more that I'm gonna post. And the reason for that, a lot of those videos, in my opinion, aren't constructive at all. And before the narrative start, I'm gonna show a few clips of the places that we did go to. And again, I don't think they're constructive. So for privacy of the restaurants that we went to, I'm not gonna say what restaurant it is. I'm gonna just show you a little bit of our personal experience. It's the whiting with the sweet potatoes and mac and cheese. Fortunately, I won't be trying any of it. As always, I ain't trying to be rude. I'm just be honest. The smell of this, insane. This perforated the whole car immediately. So much so that my family went back in and asked if they fried it in the same grease that they did the shellfish.
Let's finish listening to Keith Lee, because the battery died. I mean, not the battery, the storage got full. I forgot to upload the other videos. Okay, here.
It said on the IG that they opened at 1 o'clock. The truck didn't open up until 2. What? My family went back in and asked if they fried it in the same grease that they did the shellfish. And come to find out, they do. And it smelled like it. It smells like shellfish. It smells like frozen fish. It smells like fish. It smells almost unedible, in my opinion. I don't want no smoke. The entire customer service experience, in my opinion and in my family's opinion, was completely unprofessional. It said on the IG that they opened at 1 o'clock. The truck didn't open up until 2:15. It took about 45 minutes. When they went back to go get the food, they saw her preparing it. No gloves, no washing hands, grabbing money, grabbing strawberries, grabbing Fruity Pebbles, and putting it on top of her food. Chicken tastes weird. The reason there's no food in my hand is because a lot of the restaurants we've been recommended since we've been here look like this. And I'm not the target audience just based on the pictures. That's what I'm saying. And I do have a question. Do you guys have running water? I ain't got no point to lie.
No running water?
Praying, staying with our families, mind our business. We also went to a lot of places that were recommended. That's one thing that I really want to make clear in this video, is that we went to places that were recommended, and we did a lot of research. We've been here for a week, and every day since we've been here, we've been in a Sprinter for at least 10 hours a day, just going around, trying food, driving an hour to each spot. And since we've been here, we've been blessing up to sold $30,000 to various restaurants around the DMV. So I don't appreciate it, and I don't think it's fair that we get criticized for not doing research or not going to a lot of restaurants in DC or the DMV area. I've noticed how the media has been pushing since we've been here. A lot of media outlets picked up on the fact that I said restaurants out here, in my opinion, tend to lean towards promoting alcohol more than they promote food. That's been headlines more than us being in an actual city and being blessed enough to touch the people that we touch. Granted, a lot of people that was extremely nice. We even went to a comedy show randomly. That's another reason why I'm keeping most of those videos, to protect the restaurant owners, because it's not going to be constructive and it's just going to be them getting tore down. And I don't want that. Past those 12 videos, I still got about 6 or 7, and I'm going to be releasing those throughout the next couple of days. I appreciate y'all. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
Wow. Wow. So we already read the comments. I gotta go because I don't want this thing to die in the middle of another thought, but there's nothing else that we can talk about right now. Nothing else that I saw. Girl. Young Miami is supposed to be interviewing DJ Yamcademics, and I feel like he's not the type of person you want around you. He should not be allowed to breathe the same air as Carisha. He should not. Y'all, did you hear about Craig Mack? His family reveals that he died of untreated HIV/AIDS complications. Claims they said it was heart failure to honor his privacy wishes. Craig Mack reportedly did not die from congestive heart failure. According to Rolling Stone and Mack's death certificate, the cause of his death was related to HIV and AIDS, and he refused to seek treatment. The outlet noted that it was Mack's family who honored his wishes and repeated his assertion that he had congestive heart failure. The Flavor in Your Ear MC died at the age of 46 on March 12, 2018. His first wife, Roxanne Hill Johnson, and brother Andrew claim Mack learned of his diagnosis before using the church as a shield to ward off the shadows of his past. Prayers to his loved ones still grappling with this loss. I feel like y'all can't read. His death certificate is public record, and Rolling Stone revealed his cause of death. His family is explaining why they weren't forthcoming about the true cause of his death. His family did not violate his wishes. How did his request for privacy expire? Wow, this is not why I didn't tell. This is why I don't tell anybody shit. We don't need to know this. Rolling Stone released it. People, let's read to comprehend instead of to comment. Y'all getting your C words mixed up. It's really heartbreaking because HIV/AIDS treatment has come so far. Not sure if he would be eligible for meds to suppress the progression of his diagnosis, but I wish he would have tried. My heart goes out to his family, and I hope this creates a level of awareness for others. Girl, before we go, I saw on one of these blogs, but then I went to Twitter to see, and the tweet was still up. It's so weird. I don't know if there's a glitch in Twitter, but you could still see, okay, Fable Foreign, he's a rapper. He posted a video of this guy shooting up another guy and then yelling out dog food. So I was like, what the fuck is dog food? So I'm seeing him shooting up. So I'm thinking it's heroin, of course. But then I'm like, what's dog food? So I go to the internet. I'm like, what the fuck is dog food when you're talking about drugs? Heroin. So now you're watching Fable Foreign, a rapper, around these guys, filming these guys, one all black men, one shooting up the other guy. Again, the HIV rates, I'm trying to tell y'all, it's not just sex, it's also intravenous drug use. You don't know what these got, girl, I'm sorry. And they were like yelling, like cheering it on. And then Fable Foreign comes out and says, y'all, I'm just putting it out as awareness. Y'all need to understand this is the reason why we do this rap shit, so we can get up out of here. No. Y'all were cheering that guy on while he was getting shot up with heroin. When I tell y'all, take them all, have all of them. Take all of them. Take all of them. Those are your men, your black men that you love so much, shooting up. And then y'all wonder why them HIV rates look crazy like that. I'm telling you, you have got to take responsibility for how men are showing up in society. But y'all not ready to. Y'all are not ready to take responsibility. You're not ready to take responsibility for how men show up. And the vast majority of women are not ready to take responsibility for how men show up. But we'll sit on the internet and talk about how trash they are and how this they are and how that they are. And oh my God, I'm so sad that I'm attracted to men and I don't, and like, deal with it however you want to deal with it. But these niggas is around here shooting up, having unprotected sex, just doing when I tell you running a muck, from the broke niggas to the niggas with money, to the niggas with no education, all of the things. Hold on. It's a tweet that I had that I was I cannot find that tweet. Economy. I'm trying to figure out what words I used in the tweet. And I'm trying, because I wanted yesterday when I was talking to you all, I need to get off of this thing. Yesterday when I was talking to you all, I was talking about how okay, that's not working. Hold on, let me do it like this. Okay. Yes, least educated, least employed, largest population of father deficient children, lowest marriage rates, highest divorce rates, and killing Black women every 5.5 hours. Now, this was a tweet from 2012. I don't know what the rate, the homicide rate is for Black women at today. But the highest divorce rates, the lowest marriage rates, father deficient children. And when I say father deficient, I don't mean that the man needs to be in proximity to the woman and the child at the same time under one roof. Stop it. We that's it. Least employed costing the U.S. economy $50 billion. That's what I was saying yesterday in the video, that like when you actually look at the numbers, and stop operating from fantasy, the logical thing, that is the reason why they want you to get married for love, because on paper, them niggas are not worthy. The majority of them aren't. They're not worthy. The least educated, least employed, costing the U.S. economy $50 billion. Largest population of children who are fatherless, deficient, lowest marriage rates, highest divorce rates, and homicide. 70% of the homicide victims, women that are women, is the intimate partner. We just read a story about a 14-year-old little girl with her child. She's missing. And more than likely, it's the man. More than likely. I'm just saying, the safer place for you is to be around women, is to be with your friends, your platonic friends. That's how you create community. That's how you create family. You don't have to be married or have biological children to create family, to create a community with the people around you. You do not have to do all of those things, because in real life, the way that people are socialized to come together and create family is very dangerous for women. It is. And the fact that when women die, like, the first thing you got to go look for is the husband. And the same for when the husband dies, the first thing you got to go look for is the spouse. But if 70% of homicide victims that are women, 70% of those homicides are by the intimate partner, more than half. So while they're telling you, like when you think about it, while they're telling you you need the man for protection, it's actually he's the one that the closer he is to you, you're more likely to need protection from him than a stranger. So to me, I just want to be safe. And that's why for me, I was glad that I was just like, okay, I really don't like this. So I really don't want to participate in it. And you know, I don't have to participate. I don't have to keep doing this. This is dumb. I don't have to keep putting myself through this. I don't have to be in community with people like this. I can choose not to. And it's not my desire to be like connected in this codependent, like, it's just not my thing. But I'm glad that I'm safe and I was able to get out of that mindset with not too many wounds. You understand what I'm saying? I gotta go. But that's all I'm saying. It's just like, I'm so thankful that at this time in my life, I chose to develop my friendships, my relationships with other women, my platonic friendships with men, and that I feel safe. I feel safe. And that's like the most important thing, is being safe, and not feeling like safe from danger, but just being able to be safe. Like, and I don't know, a lot of these people are just weird, and I feel like it's like rolling dice, and I'm not willing to, and I wouldn't encourage people to keep taking risk like that. To me, I feel like the reward doesn't match the risk. It doesn't. I'm sorry. Ooh, that's awful. But anyways, I gotta go, y'all. Take care of each other, protect your energy, take care of yourself, put your oxygen mask on first, honestly, truly. If you choose to be in relationship with people, make sure it's mutually beneficial. I don't care the dynamic of the relationship, from familial to romantic to professional. If it's not mutually beneficial, it's time to reevaluate it and determine if you want to continue to hold on to something that doesn't serve you. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.